Good evening, good afternoon, good wherever you are in the world. I'm Kelari Cuddles, and this is a Kelari Showcase. Kelari Showcase. This is the transition, cause we don't have a real one. Do. Wiggly hands down the screen transition. So, on today's episode of Kelari Showcase, we're going to do something different than talking about a subject material. We're going to do something called Simply Booty. What is Simply Booty, you ask? Well, it is, a bunch of things, but honestly, it's going to be us playing games. You ever see a game that has cool banner art or like a cool Steam page or a cool trailer and it just looks amazing, but it's not AAA? So you're like, "Oh, it's indie. So is it, good or is it bad?" That's where we answer the question here is it simply a good game or is it just simply booty? So the game on today's chopping block is called Summoner's Gambit. I want to say before we get into everything related to the game that I was bamboozled by the art. The game on today's chopping block of is it simply good or simply booty is Summoner's Gambit. This is the art that I saw when I applied to play it, which is this right here. I saw that and I saw, hey, that's a cute little octopus. That's a cute little artwork there. That looks interesting. Let me look more into it. So I did look more into it, and these were the pictures that I saw of the actual gameplay. It gave that 8-bit style classic video game in today's world. It also shows cards laying on the ground, implying that it was a TCG, which I really enjoyed those types of games. And then the overall graphics as a whole, the artwork is a very aesthetically pleasing art style that I just really, really gravitate towards and was interested in playing this game. So we played this game. We tried it out. I want to give my 2 cents on the game, and here it is. First and foremost, the big thing about games with me is tutorials. Is there a tutorial? Does it explain how to play the game and so forth? And this game does have a tutorial, but I was left very lost, very confused, very like, what the hell is going on here? So while yes, there was a tutorial and you could read, oh, you need to draw here, you need to discard here, you need to make sure not to do this. It really didn't give a overall description of everything. It just said, do this, do that, do this, do that. And there is where I have issues with games. If you're going to take the time to design a game, I think you should take the time to design a tutorial because it's all about inclusivity. Is this game just targeted towards one market or another market? And you know what? Honestly, wait till next week's episode on the Kelari Showcase because I'm actually going to go into detail of the importance of a tutorial. So I'm not going to go into it now. Wait till next week's episode where I really go into it. This tutorial left me not knowing what to do in the game. And I kind of had to learn through trial and error, and there's a lot of things that aren't made, that just don't make sense. I get that these cards do things, but if you don't understand the stat system, you don't understand the point system, if you don't understand why a +1 here is good versus a +1 over here, there were a lot of elements in the game that just were not thoroughly explained, therefore leaving me in a very confused state. Which made this game rather disappointing, to be honest, because I really, really did enjoy the art style. I love the colors. I love the gameplay, footage that I saw, because it did look like a game that I would enjoy. I enjoy TCGs. I enjoy this as a way to wind down the night, so it's like a cozy-esque game for me. I really loved the overall art aesthetic for it. I loved the game concept. So it was something that I was very generally interested in playing, but the problem was this game just did not deliver. I think the baddest part about it was honestly the tutorial. The tutorial did not welcome me as a new player of this game. Therefore, it just fell short quickly because I did not know what I was doing, and therefore it made it to the point where I just did not enjoy it. And I gave the game an honest shot. I really, really did. I played this game for about 30 minutes to film a lot of this footage, to film what I made for TikTok, to make for my other, areas of social media. And it just never happened for me. I didn't understand what I was doing. Like, eventually I got the gist of the game, like that you need to have the certain number of points, you can't bust over it, kind of like blackjack and so forth. But then there was the stats. I didn't understand why you take this because it's +1, or you take this because of this effect. There was so much of that stuff, like buffs and everything like that. Yes, I could have read all that, but there should have been a little basic knowledge of understanding the point system in this game that was just lacking. And therefore, it really made me just not enjoy this game. So long story short, this game truly is just simply but. It's got great art. It's got great, like, ways to draw you in if you're attracted to that sort of thing. But as far as a gameplay, like, game as a whole, like, things to enjoy, things to play, I just can't get behind it. I'm sorry, but this game is simply but. And that is my first skit into Simply Booty. I know I kept saying simply but it is booty. I will remember eventually to say Simply Booty. But let's just get a few more booties out of the way. Get your counter. Let's see how many times I say it. Booty, 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 booty. Okay, that's enough. Simply Booty. With that said, I will be playing other games. You might see in between my Kelari Showcases when I'm not talking about a game topic of some sort. But next week, I am going to further break down the importance of a tutorial. So if you are an indie dev watching this, or if you are a person interested in games or whatever, if you're in the gaming industry, please listen to this message. Tutorials are important, and you'll see that in next week's episode on Kelari Showcase. That's my time. Let's go to the exit screen. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, you hit subscribe, you hit the little notification bell to know when I'm making new things, as we have a lovely Kelari Showcase every Saturday at 5 p.m. If you trickle down into the About section, you will see my other social medias, as I do create content in other places. You can catch me on Twitch live streaming, or TikTok, or, well, YouTube. I mean, you're already here on the YouTube. But thanks for watching, and I see you guys in the next episode.